Hey everyone, Jason Weckerly here. In today's video, I'm going to touch base on a topic I wish I didn't have to, but something took place in the fishing community this week, and it's something that a lot of us have dealt with before, and that's dealing with altercations and negative people, idiots, morons when you're out on the water, whether it's fishermen, boaters, even pedestrians walking by who tend to harass fishermen sometimes, property owners, whatever. I mean, if you're trespassing, that's one thing, but there's people who think they own every piece of property in the world, and you deal with all sorts of types of people when it comes to fishing. But in today's world, we're dealing with a lot more violence, we're dealing with a lot more unhinged behavior when it comes to people. And down in Florida this past week, there was an incident that took place between a charter boat captain named Brock Horner, not Captain Wagner. There's another charter boat captain with the name Brock Wagner who's been getting threats. He's been on the news already and telling people it's not me who did this, it's the other Captain Brock. People apparently don't know how to read or something because Brock Wagner is not Brock Horner. But what happened is, between Captain Brock Horner and a 22-year-old kid named Gage Towles, I guess there was an incident in the morning time when they were fishing around this bridge. Gage was fishing around a bridge with another guy in another boat, and Captain Brock came just burning through the underpass of the bridge and almost hit this other boat. Supposedly this other boat didn't have his boat lights on, it was dark out. Some things were said, and later on in the day, Captain Brock returned, and the kid that was there fishing by himself, he started yelling at this kid. I'll show you guys the video. I'll shut up right now and show you guys the video real quick, and you guys can see what happened.
The other morning?
What, like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cussing me out?
Nah, that was the dude in that boat.
No.
Were you the one that came through the middle of the bridge? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was here, but you ran in front of the other dude over there.
You were cussing me out, dude.
Bro, you ran right through the middle of the bridge while we were all fishing.
In the middle of the night, the guy didn't have any lights on.
Bro, we were all fishing here.
Have any lights on?
All right, bro, I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. I'm not gonna fucking do this with you, bro. Like, it's not the right time, bro.
You know the laws?
Bro,
Regulations?
bro, you can't come flying through the middle of the fucking bridge, bro.
Bullshit. Yes, I can.
All right, bro. All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying to
What are you trying to do, bro?
You want to fucking go?
I don't want to fucking go. I want you to get the fuck out of here.
Big tough guy?
Tough guy? You pulled up on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Nah, shit. I'm fishing, you like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these motherfuckers know I'm tough, motherfucker.
Bro, all right, bro.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all raised.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right. All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro. But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, if your guy doesn't have his lights
That's
on,
not my guy, bro. That's just another fucking dude, bro.
you have to have lights on.
My lights were on, bro. My lights were on.
Somebody hits you, guess what the happens? You die, nothing happens to me.
Right, okay, bro. Keep thinking that.
No, that's the truth, dude.
All right, bro. Keep thinking that.
Put your fucking lights on.
Bro, my lights were on. I wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's not my dude, bro.
Cuss me the fuck out for it.
Bro, I said, bro, you almost fucking hit him. The other dude was fucking cussing you out.
I almost hit him because he didn't have his motherfucking lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people fish here, bro.
Dude,
I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro.
yeah, you should apologize, motherfucker.
But, bro,
On the water more than you can possibly fathom in your wild
me
motherfucking dreams.
Me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right,
Every
bro.
day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right,
And
bro.
you cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
Don't hit the fucking fire.
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
You're gonna cuss me the
All right, bro.
in the middle of the
No, bro. Please, bro. Please,
Get me back to my
bro.
boat.
Okay. Please.
You apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was.
I know I
motherfucker.
was here, but my buddy was
Take
on the
me
boat.
back to my
Sir,
boat.
I'm a kid, bro. Please, bro.
I don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the
sir.
out.
All
and
right.
talk shit to me, motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a
No, bro.
Yes,
that was
you did,
that was
motherfucker.
my friend on the. Okay, I'm
Okay,
sorry, bro.
That was your friend on the boat.
I'm sorry, bro.
You and your motherfucking friend are look at it and come
Yes,
on your
sir.
boat and you both up.
Yes, sir.
Do
I'm-
it again and watch what fucking happens.
Get back on this boat.
Don't do it again.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I appreciate y'all, bro. For, like, I'm sorry, bro.
The wrong mother.
Bro, yes, sir.
You can see that the kid was trying to de-escalate the situation. In my opinion, the kid's a young man. When you're young, you're a little bit more arrogant and cocky. You feel like you have to prove yourself. Captain Brock, is almost 20 years older than this kid. He should have been level-headed. He should have known this is a kid. You don't sit there and bully a teenager or a young adult in their early 20s. You don't sit there and do that to anybody. The kid did have an attitude. He kept calling him bro. He kept swearing. I know if when you're dealing with a narcissist and an idiot, you don't want to sit there and say anything that challenges their ego, their narcissism, gets them upset. And the kid was a little bit cocky with him, and that might have escalated the narcissist's behaviors. But, I mean, the guy is calling himself a war veteran and his crew, and these are guys that are supposed to know respect, honor, and everybody's been putting his service under radar and under a microscope. Some people are saying that he only worked in the human resources department. Some people are saying that he has medals and he was wounded from a head injury in battle or something. I don't really know. I don't care if you served in the military and you were a cook, a janitor, you worked in human resources, or if you got wounded. My heart and my hat's off to all of you. Anyone who serves in the military, you have my full respect, but it does not give anyone the right, whether or not you fought in battle, you served in the military, to treat people like crap. And the way Brock acted in that situation was stupid, arrogant. His crew, his friends, could have did something about it, and they could have said, hey, Brock, knock it off, stop. None of them did anything about it. These guys are pushing 40 years old. The high school behavior has to stop. If you're still acting that way, you're an idiot. You deserve whatever harm is coming to you from your stupidity. I mean, I'm sorry, but there's people out there nowadays who are unhinged, carrying guns, and you never know what's going to happen. Everyone's always like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that, I woulda. You wouldn't have done half the crap or even any of it that you say you would have done. Because if you're in a situation, an altercation, there could be weapons involved. You could get yourself jumped by a group of people. I mean, this kid was trying to de-escalate the situation. He was trying to tell Brock, go away, leave me alone. And Brock went over by his boat, jumped on his boat, threatened him. The kid gunned the engine. He could have gotten into an accident. Brock could have got themselves killed, could have got the kid killed. Absolutely unhinged behavior, and it's just, I've dealt with idiots on the water before, even captains, charter boat people, and there's some people who start to believe they own the water. They believe because they make their living off fishing that they're entitled to a spot that you're not supposed to be in if they show up. I've seen all sorts of stupid behavior, and I'll tell you guys a few stories that happened to me in a second, but this whole situation happened down in Punta Gorda, Florida, and it was on the Peace River. Ironically, not a very peaceful situation to take place on the Peace River. The way I see it is if that kid was armed, Brock could have been killed in that situation for just entering that kid's boat. And down in Florida, you're allowed to carry a weapon openly and use it. If anyone enters your vehicle, your boat, your home, you can use deadly force. And the poor kid sat there just getting bullied. He was outnumbered. He didn't know what to do. He should have drove off. He should have got out of there right away. But he was trying to stick up for himself. I mean, I know when you're young, you feel like you have something to prove. And when someone's sitting there acting tough towards you, like Brock was towards this kid, you might run your mouth. I was a young man once, and if somebody challenges me, I can tend to be a hothead. I don't take crap from people. And I was raised that way. That's just the way it is. But when it comes to knowing when to fight someone, knowing when to de-escalate a situation, we're all adults here. And it just doesn't make sense to me that a renowned charter boat captain would think it's acceptable to put his business, his reputation on the line, going around treating people like crap on the water. And I've seen this happen all over Wisconsin. I fished out on the Wisconsin River one time and had a charter boat captain come around the corner. My buddy and I were fishing in a spot he felt was his spot apparently, and he starts swearing and just throwing things around his boat and glaring at us, and he sat there for like 10 minutes watching us fish. His clients are sitting there going, like, shouldn't we just move to another spot? Shouldn't we just move to another spot? And the guy turns his engine on and he just guns it, does a circle around our fishing spot and leaves. To sit there and think, oh, just because you show up to a spot, it's yours. Public water is public water. It's first come, first serve. Now, I don't agree with walking into someone's spot or driving up and just setting your gear up all around them, bumping into their shoulder, just being rude like that. But if you're fishing on a shore spot, or you're fishing in a boat and another boat wants to share the same spot, or someone wants to fish by you, there's really nothing you can say or do. There's no point in acting like a jackass about it. There's no point in fighting someone over it. But if someone's bumping into you, being rude, I can see saying something, and I would say something. But to sit there and come back to a situation hours later like Brock did, like I said, this isn't high school anymore. It's time to grow up. You don't have to prove yourself as a man. If you feel like you have to prove yourself as a man, that's a you problem. That's nobody else's problem but your own. Use your head. Sit there and use your head. If somebody is starting a fight with you, is it worth going to jail over? Is it worth maybe accidentally killing someone over and going to prison? Is it worth maybe getting killed over? You don't know if somebody's got a weapon, guns, or if their group is going to jump on you. This Captain Brock has treated other people, even other captains, like crap. There's been just a whole mess of stories coming out about this idiot, causing problems with others. And this has been going on for a long time. Brock has a long criminal history of probation violations, disorderly conduct. The list goes on and on. I mean, this guy has had a long history of problems. And I have full respect for the fact he's a veteran. I don't have any respect for his stupid attitude or the way he treated that young man that was out there fishing. There's no reason to let something so stupid get the best of him and ruin his reputation, ruin his business. And a lot of these fishermen, I mean, fishing is full of drama, believe it or not. If you go on any website, any YouTube video, chances are you're going to see some sort of drama. Facebook groups, somebody posts a picture of a catch, everyone's just shooting them down, insulting them. I don't know where this behavior or this dumbass attitude comes from in some people, but there's no reason to act like a jerk to anyone who's not acting like a jerk to you. I don't know what the hell makes some people bully others or go out of their way to upset someone else that they don't even know, judge others, put them down. But that's the problem with the internet. It gives people, stupid people, the ability to use a platform to spew their verbal diarrhea and their nonsense all over somebody. And it's gone to the point now where I think social media has upset so many people that they're carrying this behavior out into the real world, and people don't know how to shut off or differentiate between reality and fiction. People think when they're inside their cars they're protected, as if people can't just shoot through those doors and windows and get to them. Or, I mean, people in vehicles, people on boats, there's like this mindset that, oh, no one can touch me. You see it in road rage incidents, you see it on the water. In fact, when I was up north in Vilas County a few years ago, I dealt with an asshole boater that, okay, what happened is it was my boat, me and my wife in one boat, another guy and his wife, and some other people in another boat. We were all parked on top of this structure called the Sunken Island. It's just an underwater hump. We were anchored there. Everything was peaceful and fine. All of a sudden, this idiot pulling a skier behind him decided to use us like traffic cones and just zigzag in and out of us, right past us, right through our fishing spot. Then he was taking his skier down the side of the shoreline and docks within like 10 or 20 feet from the docks. But this guy could have easily slammed into a boat dock, or if that skier behind him was pulled the wrong way, he could have hit the docks. But this idiot, no care in the world, just wanted to be a jackass, did this, and people were screaming at him, shouting. I got it on video. I don't know what the hell makes some fishermen, fishing guides, think they can talk to people like that, but it's always the one guy that has the group of friends behind him, like Brock Horner. He felt big and tough because he could bully a 22-year-old kid with his buddies behind him. But that guy would not have done shit to that kid if he was by himself. And I can guarantee it. I don't care if you were in the military or not. Nobody acts as tough by themselves as they do when they're in groups. And when you're pushing 40 years old, you're in your 40s, like Brock and some of these guys, how stupid do you have to be to act like you're a high school kid? The fact that none of those guys stopped Brock from doing that is absolutely ridiculous in itself. You don't hear one guy saying, Brock, stop it, leave him alone. You hear none of that. And there was one guy that was out there, and he was out there to film. He didn't know the rest of the crew. He made a video recently. I guess he's a content creator. He was out there to film tarpon fishing, and he put out a video because everyone and people were still saying, well, why didn't you do anything? The way I see it, if he didn't know those guys and he didn't know Brock and he saw this situation take place, he could have gotten jumped by the whole crew if he tried to stop it. But you got to kind of gauge a situation, and when you're the new guy on board, you're just there to film. I mean, what was he really supposed to do? And I don't think any of those guys really thought that he was going to step onto that kid's boat and do what he did. And I'll show you guys a clip right now quickly that shows what he said about the situation. So check this out.
All right, so I didn't want to have to respond to this situation, but yes, I was in the boat. I was in the boat to film. I am not buddies with Brock or these guys. It was the first time I had met the three guys in the boat. We told Brock not to confront the guy. He's a 22-year-old kid. We told him not to do it, but it happened and he went crazy yelling. If I could go back, I would say more. I do regret not saying more, but I just didn't want to be involved in the situation. I literally was just with Brock to film, to get content on tarpon fishing, and we didn't get any bites. I didn't get any content, and it just, I don't treat people that way. I don't react that way. I don't agree. It was a crazy display of temper that I've never seen. So I don't have anything else to say about it. I regret not doing more in the moment. But to the 22-year-old kid that got yelled at for not having his lights on, but it wasn't him apparently that didn't have his lights on. So I'm sorry. I could have done more. So to the young guy, I'm sorry that it happened. And to the people saying that I'm a bad person and all this stuff, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person, and I always strive to be and treat people with the most respect and be a good person. So again, I wish I would have done more, but that's all I got.
Well, now that you guys saw that, I mean, everyone that's involved in this situation, a lot of them are hiding out right now. They're taking their social medias down. I'm sure the other captains are going to have a hard time cleaning their reputations up. Names of some of those captains were Captain Johnny Riggs, Captain Austin Stewart. The guy filming on the boat that just made the video was from Scoot Daddy Angling. and it was Brock Horner. But this 22-year-old kid was greatly outnumbered. The whole situation was stupid. I mean, I've gotten into so many situations with people over the years, just rude people. I mean, even last year, I was out fishing out on the Rock River, and I parked inside this parking garage. And after I was done fishing, I came into the parking garage, found this drunk college kid pissing by my car. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he almost zipped his pecker up in his pants. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he runs away. So I'm putting all my gear back in the car, and he comes back with two of his buddies, and they're like, "Oh, you want to start crap?" He start mouthing off to me. I'm pushing 40 years old. I don't have time for that drunken, cocky bull crap. I got in my car. I said, "Have a nice day." I took off. I did not sit there and try to fight the guys. I wasn't trying to talk big because I wasn't out there to fight people. I was out there to catch fish. I'm not going to sit there and lower myself to the level of some drunk idiot who's trying to prove himself to his friends, who I just saw act like a coward and almost zip his pecker up in his shorts. I mean, why do people sit here and act like they have to prove themselves all the time, prove their manhood? I don't know. But you guys need to think about, when you're out on the road, you're out on the water, how you treat others, how you carry yourselves, how your reputation is on the line if you're a nice person or you're a jackass. So take this whole video as a lesson. You don't know who's carrying guns. Brock could have been shot and killed, and probably nobody would have even cared about it after seeing that video. There's a lot of people sending his family death threats, sending him death threats. Anyone that was on that boat was getting threatened. But I hope you guys take this as a lesson. I hope you guys found the video somewhat entertaining, but don't be a jackass. Treat people with respect. This is fishing. It's supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be something we enjoy doing. So dealing with violence, dealing with arguments, disrespect on the water, it's not what we fish for. So carry yourself with respect, carry yourself as a decent human being, and most of the time you're not going to run into problems. But if you guys like this video, subscribe to my page, hit the like button. I'll take you out on more fishing adventures. Don't know what else to say. Take care.